Welcome to Conversations about Crystal Healing with Uma Silbey. I'm Becca Reed. Hi, Uma.
Hey, hi, Becca. How are you doing?
I am great. How about you?
Good. Oh, I'm just fine. We're ready to talk.
Oh, good.
I'm kind of always ready to talk, but nothing new there.
Well, what are we talking about today? The sacral chakra, right?
Yes, the second chakra, sacral chakra, Svadhisthana,
Oh, gosh. I wondered how to pronounce that. I've seen it written down.
Most people say second chakra, and we know what we mean. It's an etheric energy center. It's very important. If you imagined, I don't know, 2 or 3 inches below your belly button, that's kind of the center of it in your belly there, but 2 or 3 inches below the belly button. Now that's the center of it. It like a ripple in a pond. There's the center, and then it opens up. Yeah. So people think of this chakra as being, it's sexuality, procreation, creativity. And leave it at that. But it's so much more. I mean, this vitality from the earth is coming up through your first chakra at the base of your spine, and it's moving up through your second chakra. So yes, this does have to do with manifesting, creativity, procreation, sexuality, sensuality, the type of sexuality that's not, just about procreation. That would be first chakra more, survival of the species, the earth, we'll go into that another time. But this also is associated with fire. With a little dab of maybe earth in it, just a little. It's orange, yeah. So orange combines the red and the yellow in when you're working with color. So the more yellow orange, the more solar, the more red orange, the more earth tone. So it depends how much grounding you want while you work. But the color is orange. Yeah, and they're wonderful stones. I'll pull some of mine out. Oh, this is nice. This is a sunstone. It's from Oregon.
That's interesting. I don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah, they're very different looks. Some of it has a lot of chatoyancy in it and it sparkles. This is a little more orange, bright orange, which I want for second chakra work. If you want something softer, you might go with an orange selenite. Can you see that?
That's pretty too.
Yeah, this has been carved into a sphere, so it fits well in my hand. If I want to pull an orange energy, I may hold this in my left hand. This is selenite too, in its natural form.
Beautiful.
Feel how soft that is. That's the quality as compared to this.
Oh, yes.
This is of the orange world. It's very soothing. This is very, very orange. Creativity, manifest, it's got some oomph to it, not that one is better than the other. It depends what you need to work with. And then this, I love, this is orange calcite, and it's another sort of peachy orange color.
Yeah. That seems like another one.
Yeah, this is very soothing. But now I use carnelian a lot, and carnelian ranges from almost red to really, really, really light orange. This is a more red tone.
That's pretty.
Yeah. And then last but not least, what's really nice for second chakra is amber.
Amber. Now, amber is not a stone nor a crystal, is it?
No, it's actually fossilized tree sap. So this is millions of years old. It holds energy. But this amber has been known in many cultures and through centuries to be very good to work with anything gynecological, birth, any female issue, the uterus, the surrounding organs. this is very, this area is kind of between the hips. So if I wanted to work with hips, I might consider working with a nice bright orange, but I might also combine it with maybe some amethyst, or you wait and see. But this bright orange is what you use in anything in that second chakra area.
So I read that chakra also has to do with balancing your ego, so that you have a healthy ego. You don't think you're fabulous and you don't think you're nothing. You have balance in there. Is that?
Yeah,
is that
I
true?
think because it connects you with a very basic life force. The more female energy of the universe, maybe the first chakra would be more male. I mean, you think procreation. I mean, this kind of energy is very earth connected, So in that way, to have an ego, you need a nice embodiment. Yeah,
you need that.
And grounding. The ego is based on the mistaken notion that we are what we think, what our bodies look like, our feelings. Normally we call that, this is me. Actually, the me that from which we do crystal work and any energy work and spiritual work and so forth, it has nothing to do with your body, mind, feelings. That's ego. Now, if you're embodied in the earth, I mean, we are here living in physical bodies, and ego is not a bad thing. Just you have to have a healthy sense of self. And it's even better if we at the same time know that this self is somewhat illusory on a larger scale. And it's that larger sense of self. We put ourselves in that sense of self when we do crystal work. But you need to have really healthy grounding. You need those yellow, oranges, and reds and earth tones to balance all of those upper chakras. So in that way, the second chakra will connect the third, that power center, the solar energy, vitality, nerve strength. It connects it with the red, which is the life force of the earth, your basic sense of survival. It's sort of like, you and the world are all okay. There's that sense. In terms of the Kundalini energy that flows up the body and opens all your chakras, you need to be well anchored into the earth. Those lower chakras need to open up. But so, yes, I would say the second chakra very much has to do with the ego. So
if you want it, so I guess there are advantages to developing that chakra and having it being open and balanced. And what would you gain from doing that? How would you feel that in your life?
Well, I think a lot when you drop those barriers in your second chakra, just let it go, let it open, and get, free your judging mind for a minute, as you open to, life force and to these very female energies too. Yeah. And just sit with that and see what happens to you. You will change, and you will have a good solid, nothing's really quite solid, a permeable but solid sense of self,
A foundation of some kind.
But you think creativity, I mean, it's so important for that. People think that creativity all comes from the inspiration of your third eye. It also comes from that manifesting second chakra. So orange and royal blue are a wonderful combination for creativity.
So is that about creating things in your physical world?
It's about becoming one with that creative energy and flowing with it, and it manifests for you where your talents lay.
Okay, so
where your interests lay, but it helps you sink down into that energy.
Mhm.
So very much, because it's also associated with sexuality and sensuality, people have a lot of stuff about that from society, from upbringing, from culture. And that's very much tied into your sense of self. And so if you want a more healthy, flourishing sex life, you have to let those barriers down and free the judging mind and see where that energy flows for you. Then it'll be much more complete, much more fulfilling, you know. But when we have a lot of judgments, like, you know, like as a woman, you're not supposed to feel any sexual energy. I mean, that was out for eons. So what do? You block it. Well, you know, I'm not feeling that. I'm not, you know, I'm a bad person if I feel, and that people still go through that. So blocking that, you lose your connection to the earth. Your energy actually is centered there also, because it takes a lot of attention to block something.
So you're losing.
So you may have female problems, you may have urinary tract problems, kidney problems, you may have things in your bones around your hips. You know, it can manifest so many ways, or you just are clenched, you know, and it cuts down on your enjoyment and your creativity. Creative energy and sexual energy are very related. You know,
interesting.
They're both creative.
Huh. So
anyway,
what would be a good way to balance that chakra? How would light workers or energy workers do that?
Yeah, well, whenever you work, you want to have a balance between the open chakra at the top of the head and the bottom chakras below the feet, bottom of the spine, that whole line. So I talk about how to balance and open that, and so I'm not going to really go into it in detail, but a clear quartz over the head and a smoky quartz below the feet, with pointing away from the feet, the head pointing away up from the head. And I always put a heart stone on, pink or green, on the heart chakra. That's your ultimate balance there. And then I would, if it seemed appropriate, you know, whenever you start to place a stone on the body, you just don't go plop. You know, you approach it with your stone and paying attention, and you'll feel a little buoyancy, and then it will let you in, or it will keep being buoyant, and you know that's not the stone you should be using. I talk about this in my books and train people how to feel it. So anyway, I would want to open this second chakra now. I would want to activate it, and then I want to balance it so it is in line with the other chakras. Some people, it's overly active. It's like if you go to feel the energy of the aura, it's like a mountain from the plains, you know, it's a lot of energy. It may be a lot of heat. That's too much, you know, it's out of balance. So you want to, in that place, you want to use your orange stone to then use it to bring that mountain of energy back into the chakra, in a, like allowing it back and healing, and, you know, just becoming part of that orange light. Yeah. But some people, if it's blocked, you're going to feel almost like a hole of energy when you scan the aura over there. And that way you put an orange stone. I might use a soft one for an overactive second chakra. For a second chakra that needs activating, the sunstone here is great. It's very brilliant orange. I might also use, here is a aventurine, red aventurine, which is actually orange.
Oh, that's beautiful.
See, that's a nice stone too. Nice, rich orange. Not as bright as the sunstone here, but it's
not as light as the other.
Yeah, it's a little more like, but I might use that. But for someone who's really blocked this sunstone here because of the brightness of the orange and the brilliance of the stone. And it's a point, so I can direct energy with it.
Mm-hmm.
I would use that. If it's more female in nature, well, first I would activate the second chakra with the sunstone, then I would rub this amber all over the whole second chakra between the hips, around that two inches below the belly button and up and down from that. Usually I would circle in the area. So those are some ways I would work.
That's really interesting. Is there, if you were to work on that chakra, and we talked a little bit about how things change, what do you need to know, or what would you learn from that? How would you grow?
I think you would experience joyful sexuality, the kind of sexuality they talk about tantra, you know, that you're just in line with the total universe. You disappear into the universe.
So you get that feeling of no me.
Yeah, you can, definitely. You feel a sense of being connected to the earth, though, you know, which is good. It gives you a little fire. It gives you a little vitality. You know, your creativity blossoms, you know. And I think when you are in that flow of that creative manifesting flow, it's very joyful, you know, because everything around you, you see, I live here in the jungle, and all the plants, they're creating, they're flourishing, so it's a very heartful energy, but there's also that female lush growth. So we can experience that too. And you don't have to be a gal to experience that. Feminine energy doesn't mean boy or girl, man or woman. It doesn't mean that at all. It's more the quality of the energy. You know, male energy and we talked about that with the third chakra. It's more solar. It's male in energy. And we're a balance of both. Everyone
should be.
Yeah, it is helpful to be.
So can I ask you about, you said something that made me think of something new. And you said some people, you go to that chakra and there's a mountain of energy there. Yeah. And it made me think about capacity for energy that our bodies have. So as energy is flowing through us in and out, can we only take, is there a limit to the energy? And then if it goes to one place, do we lose it from another?
Yeah. Well, the energy is not limitless. It's the energy of the universe. It's a flow. It's limitless. We're limited, among other things, by our ability to accept. And we're limited by our nervous system, nervous system, and I'm talking subtle nervous system, which also means physical. But speaking of the subtle nervous system, you're only going to be able to take in so much energy to the degree of the strength of that nervous system. So if I have a strong subtle nervous system, I can run a lot of energy from my body, which means I open up to a lot of energy. Now, if you don't have the nerve strength, you'll naturally be limited. Your in the back of your neck will get really tight. Your teeth may chatter. You may get really cold, aches and pain. You're just too much energy. It's like blowing a fuse. Yeah. So you are limited by that. But your vision, the wider your vision and the more you are in tune with that limitless energy, it's endless.
So you can ramp up to that. You could
ramp up.
You could become.
But what you want to do is be in balance. That's the key to all healing work, and to stay in good mental, physical, emotional health. You know, it's all about balance, you know.
So when there's a lot of energy in one spot, is it just pooling there, collecting there, or is that where all of your energy is?
I look at it, it's getting very bright, it's vibrating more quickly, the field is growing, and it influences your thoughts and behavior. you know.
Mhm.
So someone who is sexually obsessed, and that's very broad. I mean, there are so many psychological reasons and, you know, judgmental. What do we mean by that? But
Mhm.
just say someone whose energy is very, their self-expression is through their sexuality. They would have a very active second chakra. Now, I'm not saying that's wrong. I'm saying if that's out of balance with the rest, though, then we may have a problem. If your heart chakra is not open to match your second chakra, not as good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
So
see.
you,
So you could have you could have a mountain of energy in all these chakras, and that would
in
be
all
good.
these chakras, yes. You know, an overactive throat chakra, you may have thyroid problems, you know, or you talk, and are never quiet. That's also related to probably third chakra and, you know, sense of self and, you know, all of that. They all interrelate. When you start working with stones, like laying a stone on the second chakra, you know, here's this beautiful orange calcite. It's soft, so it might mellow that out. But if your identity is really centered in that second chakra, you may feel sad. It's like, well, wait, who am I? So then you want to open the heart chakra, because that answers that question in a way that's calm and balanced. Yeah.
So
And that
you're
goes on and on.
when you find one that's over energized, you would want to reduce the energy there, but also build up the corresponding energy somewhere else.
Possibly, yes. I would for sure want to do what we call closing the chakras. So the energy field of that is a huge disc. So you can use your crystal, you maybe counterclockwise, go find the edge of that disc and circle in counterclockwise, slowly going inward, like water going down a drain, that slowly inward until it seems like that chakra is in balance with the others. It's the same plane, same amount of openness. Now, that said, there may be times you want to activate a chakra. Say if you're going to do a speech, right? You may want to activate that throat chakra, because that does have to do with communication. Particularly if you want to, you know, try to reach some deeper levels of awareness and be able to express that. So you may want to, you know, I have a Herkimer diamond necklace that, I mean, big ones that go to graduate to smaller, goes right around my throat chakra, and Herkimer diamond ear posts. And those really open that chakra, as well as, you know, everything. But I tell people, if you wear a clear crystal pendant, like I'm wearing one, this is a 17-inch chain, but if you use a 16, it's closer to your heart chakra, not heart chakra, to your throat chakra. That'll open that too. And the second chakra, if you want to open that, and wear a crystal, and you don't want to tape it on, you can wear a chain around your waist that drops, or a chain that drops a little around your belly, and maybe hang a little orange stone 2 or 3 inches below that. 2 inches, because you have to account for the stone.
Okay.
And that's very good for opening your second chakra. But any chakra I'm working on, you also want to shield it. Like say after a practice session, I always leave the heart chakra stimulated, open, you know. But I shield it. I run a crystal, you know, horizontally across it, so that you're not walking around wide open, totally out of balance, tears streaming down your eyes of joy, looking like a total whack job. You won't be able to function, you know. And people that send harmful energy, whether they mean to or not, it'll go right in that heart chakra.
Yeah.
And affect you. So, you know, you need a little shielding. Same with all the chakras. You know, like your throat chakra, you may be able to express yourself endlessly because you're immersed in that flow of wisdom, and it's almost like you just make your mouth move and out it comes. But you want to know when to stop. So you want discernment. So, you want to shield the throat chakra a little. You also want a little wisdom, so you know when to be quiet. And
it's
when
the balance.
It's a balance, yes.
Can you do a meditation for the chakra? The second chakra?
Sure. First, I'll say there's a mudra or a hand position that's very good to use during this meditation. And just whenever you can in your life, it's resting your hands in your lap. But your right palm, rest your left hand palm up in your lap. Relax your shoulder. Just rest that there. Raise the thumb, oh no. And then put the right hand palm up on top of that. It's like a palm sandwich.
And it's facing up, the right hand?
Facing up, they're both facing up. Now touch the tip of the thumbs together.
Oh.
Not hard. Just make contact. Now, I'll use that in a meditation, but first I will say that those of you who are driving, this is the time to put this on pause, because you don't want to do this while you're driving.
And you don't.
No, I don't. So, having said that, you want to sit upright in a chair for this. Or you can sit in lotus or half lotus for the yoginis and yoga masters amongst us. So hold this mudra, resting your left hand on top of your lap. Let your eyes fall closed. Relax your shoulders. Feel the ground beneath your feet. Relax your belly, the small of your back. And now hold the mudra, left hand up, palm up in your lap, right hand resting atop it, palm up. Touch the thumbs together lightly. This is the mudra that opens your second chakra, the sacral chakra. The chakra located 2 to 3 inches below your belly button. The color, orange. And now bring your focus to that second chakra, 2 to 3 inches below your belly button. Focus your energy. Focus your inner eye to that spot. Imagine seeing it as a bright orange whirling disc of light. With every in-breath, you breathe in orange light into that chakra. With every out-breath, you release every blockage in that chakra. Any tension in your belly, the small of your back, your hips, release that. Imagine that orange chakra goes from your belly to your pubic bone, a beautiful orange whirling disc of light. See that in your mind's eye, breathing in orange. Breathing out anything blocking that light. When that light feels no longer blocked, breathe in orange, breathe out orange. And that chakra floods your body eventually with bright, beautiful orange light. Creative, endlessly creative. Sensual, expressive, joyful, beautiful orange light flooding your body. Beautiful female creative, manifesting light. And that energy joins with the beautiful royal blue in your third eye, in the middle of your forehead. The orange joins with that and flows up to the source of ultimate creativity. And now bring your focus back down to your orange, orange, orange light in your belly, about 2-3 inches, a little below your belly button. Imagine that you feel the orange glowing, gentle firelight glowing light there in your second chakra. That light glows bright, bright, bright. And now your attention goes right to a point in the center there. Imagine that light is one with every other light in your body. You are a rainbow of light. Now feel the ground beneath your feet. Breathe in, breathe out normally. Take a nice deep breath in, blow it out. In, blow it out. And now open your eyes. Feel yourself there beneath your seat. You will feel the effects of this for a while. If you want to amplify it, place an orange crystal or one of the stones I mentioned on that center.
Oh, that was lovely. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Where can people learn more from you?
Oh, well, I'm all over the web. If you go to umasilbey.com, you'll find my webpage. I have a lot of blogs. I have energy jewelry. I have all sorts of stuff there. It's UMAS like Sam, ILB like boy, EY, umasilbey.com. Yeah, I have a book out, The Ultimate Guide to Crystals and Stones. It's a really, really good book. It'll give you a lot of practices and all sorts of ways to use your stones, as well as, you know, information about the stones themselves. I have a crystal ball gazing book, which you might be able to see right back here. Crystal ball gazing. Both of these you'll find on Amazon. I don't know if you can read that. I wrote one of the first crystal books ever in the early 80s. So, you know, I've been writing ever since, but you'll find a lot of articles at my webpage. I have these YouTube videos. Of course, we're going to keep doing these. Next, we'll probably do first chakra, I would imagine. Then the crown.
Okay, well, thank you so much for spending this time. And it was very interesting to learn about this chakra.
Yeah, and it's nice to see all of you. Subscribe, then you'll be notified when we have new ones for you to look at. Do the meditations.
Yeah, well, if you go to YouTube, you can replay the meditation, so yeah, you can do it again. If you enjoyed it, that's a good way to do it again, and not when you're driving.
And I forgot to say, there's a seed sound that is associated with this. VAM, V-A-M is the sound. So you can imagine that sound coming in and out of that second chakra.
And is that vibrating in a certain place in your body?
Yeah, just do that sound until it vibrates. You feel it vibrating, that chakra. If you can't feel it, like you're not focused enough, then imagine where it would be if it was vibrating. That tricks your mind. You'll feel it.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
So long for now. We'll see you next week.
See you next week. Bye.
Bye.